Okay, welcome back. Let us now look at the new rules that apply to all members of the PSL luxury trading community using the Power 40 scientific trading method, which is rule-based trading mathematical rules based on mathematical price sequence. Okay, so now our rule says that we first want to see a level break, and the break of the level we are looking at is the price goes below 4601. We are taking this from a Friday, which was the 1st of May. So we are beginning from there to the most recent trading day. So first we want to see our rule correspondence, because we are trading with a scientific method which requires that we do three things before we give an entry. And the first thing is observation, then we do interpretation before entry projection. So we want to observe correspondence with our rules, that the market corresponds with our rules. So at this point we have already created three entry levels. This is the first level 1, second level 2, and third level 3. Now, how we set these levels are based on the training using the Power 40 scientific trading method. So for those who are enrolled in our master class, they can learn these very rules and how to apply it on their own. So now first, what we are watching for is correspondence with the rule. So did we observe a break of a deviation limit? Let's watch and see. So this is the deviation limit at 4601, and this is the break. So first checkbox has been ticked, yes. So the market has passed our first observation criteria, that it should break the deviation limit. Okay, why we have not taken entry yet? So we first of all observe correspondence, which is this break. So the next thing is retest of entry level 1. So entry level 1 is 4621.45, 4621.45. So let's see if that also is observed before our next entry. Let's look at that. Good. So here is 4621.45, and here is the break. So our checkbox 2 has been ticked. This is confirmation. Now once we have seen the retest of our entry level 1, the next thing is for the account holder trading account 1, okay, to get ready to place entry level 1 entry in account 1 using the minimum lot size of 0.01 only and always, then only one trade per day. So that's the next thing we are looking at. If we have seen entry level 1 tested the first time, retested again after the break of the deviation limit, then the entry is ready. So what will be the entry? The entry will now be a break again of entry level 1. Okay, a break of entry level 1. There must be a proper break of entry level 1 before the entry is taken as a limit order. Okay, either instant or limit order. So which means the next observation we want to see is a break again of entry level 1. So this means the first break of entry level 1, okay, after a retest, okay, and then the market returns to break entry level 1 in the same direction of breaking the deviation limit. Okay, so this is a retest. So we're expecting now a break of entry level 1 in the same direction of breaking the deviation limit. That's the rule. So now let's watch for that break before entry. So the only person waiting to take this trade now is the trader for account 1. So here there was a test and rejection of entry level 1, showing that entry level 1 is strong. The market is not ready yet to break it. So we are not taking any risk yet, because we are not going to enter until we see a break. So all those who are trading entry level 1, who are also managing account 1, this is where they are watching. Okay, so right now we are still watching no entry, and then finally we see a break. So this is the first break. As soon as we see a break, it is time to take our entry. All right, so the entry is here. We are going to place a sell limit at 4621. Okay, so as soon as we see this break, we place a sell limit at 4621.45. so sell limit will be placed here, and then the take profit will be, okay, so let's show how that entry is placed. We take an entry, use 0.01, this is the rule, place a sell limit, then set up the price. The price given is 4621.45. Then we use the given take profit, which is equivalent of 4621, okay? So that will be 4521.45. So 1000 pips take profit, and then we are using 20 pips stop loss. So 4621 to 4641, 200 pips stop loss against 1000 pips take profit. So this is the sell limit. At this time, this is a setup, okay? So once we have this setup, we click place. That's to say, if the market is at this very level where we are watching, that is where this sell limit will apply. Okay, so that is that. So right now, this is where the sell limit was activated when the price came to that point. So let's use an arrow now to project that sell limit entry. This is it. This is the sell limit entry that was taken, and we are talking about 1000 pips. So here will be 4521.45000. Okay, so from entry to take profit, we can extend the date now to 3 days. 1, 2, 3 trading days in advance. Since this is an intraday trading level that also has a swings correspondence, so this is the projection arrow, entry level 1 projection arrow. So that's the name to be given, entry level 1 projection arrow. Okay, so that's that for now, so that we don't waste time on that. So now we have the projection arrow showing that price needs to go down to 1000 pips, okay, for that level to be in full profit, and we do not alter the setup. So now let's look at where will the SL be. Just like we said, the SL will be at 4641.45. okay, so now we are going to Okay, welcome to another week where we're going to trade the Power 40 scientific trading method. So right now we are looking at the confirmation of our entry rules. We have firstly the rule on break of deviation limit, which is the Monday deviation limit that was set at 4576.12. So after break of deviation limit, we have the retest of entry level 1, and this is entry level 1 at 4555.65. So first we saw the break. It didn't happen on Monday. This was the deviation limit. Let's look at Monday. It was tested but not broken. Then Tuesday started with the break. So after the break, our first rule has been met. The rule when we see break of deviation limit is for us to place an entry with a projection in the direction of the deviation limit's initial break. So since the deviation limit was broken in a bullish direction, it means our entry will be with a bullish entry projection. So which means we are going to be looking for buy entries from the levels once they have been retested. So the first rule is to see the break of the deviation limit, and then the market should return to retest, okay, the entry level 1. We have entry level 2 at 4546. This will be our future buy entry price, and we have entry level 3 at 4540. Okay, so but based on our rules, we now wait for entry level 1 to be traded successfully before we trade entry level 2 and entry level 3. So right now we are at entry level 1 entry, and we want to see the first confirmation is to see a break. Okay, first of all we want to see this is a test, then we want to see the break. So now we saw the break take place here, okay, and the new break in the direction, a new break in the direction of same entry level 1. So here we saw the new break in the direction of the same entry level 1. So the next thing is for us to find our entry. So our entry will be when we see another break, okay, when we see another break of the entry level, we are now going to place our buy limit order when the price has broken it first in the direction of the deviation limit. And right now we saw the new break, okay, of the power candle that broke the entry level 1. So this has automatically activated entry level 1 for entry. So at this point, entry level 1 becomes active. So our account 1 holders are going to place their entry as a buy limit from when the price is above what? 45 what? Let's look at that, 4555. Alright, so at this point the entry level 1 is active. So let's mark entry level 1 showing that it is active at this point. So our projection will be from 455609 to 465601. 4656.09. 1275. So let's extend it by 2 days for the projection. Arrowhead. So this means that we now have first entry, and any market below the entry is calling for those who are not taking the entry to take the entry. So once you observe it, we are now asking for anyone who sees the price there to take the entry. So entry level 1, we are within the entry zone of entry level 1. Wherever price is currently is still entry level 1 entry level. Okay, so this is our buy ROEL1 projection arrow. So that is what we have now. We have the projection for entry level 1 here. So our stop loss for entry level 1 is 4535 will be the stop loss, 4535. So let's mark that, because after the stop loss is triggered, we will now start trading at entry level 2. So let's look at 4535.76. 4535.76. So we can watch for that for account 2 holders to start trading. So the benefit of trading account 2 is that it increases the lot size from the minimum lot size of 0.01 to the double of the minimum lot size, that is 0.02, which means that the profit becomes double as was intended. Then you subtract the $20 that was risked for entry 1 or for level 1. So we always watch the stop loss, okay? So this is for Monday buy. Retest of entry levels. And this is for 1, 2, 3. The same stop loss for all 3 levels. Okay, so now we can look at the stop loss. Let's change the stop loss marker to black so that we can always distinguish it. So let's look at that. From the break of entry level 1, the price came very close to the stop loss. Look at here. This was the entry arrow. Price came close to the stop loss, did not trigger the stop loss. Came again close to the stop loss, did not trigger the stop loss. And right now it means entry level 1 is still valid. So from this point down to where price currently is, entry level 1 can be taken. Okay, so which means that if you are watching this right now, you can take entry level 1. You can decide to place entry level 1 as a buy stop order. Alright, as a buy stop order at 4556.17, indicating that you expect that the price is going to return into what? Entry level 1. Okay, or you can decide to take advantage of the lower price now. As price has dipped, you want to buy this dip. Okay, so from 4556 you can enter, stay for entry level 1 at this lower price and count it as entry level 1. So entry level 1 means you take that entry in account 1 using 0.01. So the lot size tells you that you are trading for entry level 1. You cannot use 0.02 at this point because this has to first of all be confirmed as a profitable entry, okay, or not, before you start trading with a higher lot size for entry level 2 and a triple of the initial lot size for entry level 3. So these are the 3 entry levels right here, but we are not trading these levels with their lot sizes yet. But you can trade entry level 1, okay, at all of these lower levels where price is close to the loss, close to the stop loss. Okay, so you can be buying at this point, okay, knowing that your stop loss will not move, because once your stop loss is triggered, the next thing is for us to look for again the break above entry level 2. Okay, because entry level 1 has been taken out, you now look for the break above entry level 2. After the break above entry level 2, you wait for a retest. Okay, then you place your entry as a buy limit, retaining the same stop loss. Entry level 2 will also have to go to stop loss first before you wait again to place another buy. After the break above what? Entry level 3, you place a buy limit also at entry level 3, okay, using the triple of the initial loss size, and then maintain the same stop loss. So for our weekly setup, we do not expect to see all 3 levels taken out, okay, like sequentially before we get our profit. So anything that makes us to trade entry level 2 means that we are going to make more profit than we would have made at entry level 1. Anything that makes us to trade entry level 3 means we're going to make more profit than we would have made from entry level 2. So there is always an advantage when trading any of the entry levels next after entry level 1. So this is a call for us to take our first entry, buy and hold up to the take profit is now at, let's look at that, 4656. That is our take profit. Okay, so and this is going to be today Tuesday, it will be held Wednesday, Thursday up to Friday. So taking this entry right now is early. You can take this entry even tomorrow as far as the market is still within the entry level. You can take this entry even on Thursday as far as the market is still within the entry level and has not put entry level 1 on loss yet. So this is the setup we have for today, trading with the powerful scientific trading method. And this is for all those who are part of the Cash Wrap A1 community DIY, okay, option, where you are doing it yourself as a trader. We also have the DFI option where we do it for you. You only fund a stake, which is $280 per stake. Then you get paid for the $200, okay, of the stake, 20% of that per month. That is the payment for stakeholders monthly. Now, because we now have a 3-tier system of fund management or portfolio management, we are able to pay earlier. Okay, so payments that are meant for a month can come earlier, can come in a week if we make the profits for the month within the week. So we can also pay off 4 months in advance within 1 month. Okay, but it still counts as your monthly payout. This accelerated payout structure allows you to renew your stake with the PSL luxury trading community, okay, through the Cash Wrap A1 community. So if you can fund the DFY stake, it means you don't have the time to do it yourself. You don't also have the expertise to do it yourself. But you want to trust our team of traders who are trained to work from the PSL Co-work Hub. So we assign each of our traders the accounts to handle, either account 1, account 2, or account 3 to handle for those who are in the DFY stake, while those who are in the DIY stake do it themselves. So choose where you want to belong to in the Cash Wrap A1 community, and we will guide you to do it. We are using the same powerful scientific trading method as developed by the powerful scientific trading school. And you can only find this when you are a member of our Cash Wrap A1 community or the PSL Luxury Trading community, all under the PSL Luxury Lifestyle brand. So we are going to see how this turns out at the end of the week. Right now, each setup is valid for $100 minimum profit target. So we do not alter our profit target during the week. We maintain the profit target and we keep to that until the end of the week. So highest risk per setup is $55 per week. That is the highest risk per setup is $55 per week, while the potential profit per setup is $100 minimum. So it can get to $200, it can get to $300. So this is a weekly target. Okay, so if you are doing it in the DFY stake option, it means that you have $200 and we are paying you out from the profit we made $20 per. Okay, sorry, we are paying you $40. Okay, from the successes we achieve weekly, and this covers for your monthly returns. We have 12 payout cycles per year. So after the first 10, you are expected to start renewing your stake, okay, per year. So if we are able to pay out early 10 payouts per week, or 10 payouts per year before the 4 months, first 4 months, it means you can even renew twice in a year, okay, enjoying the returns that have become accelerated through our multiple accounts or multi-tier system. So right now we are looking at potential exit on level 1 for those who held the first entry or those who took the entry at the lower prices, while those who are waiting are still waiting. So this is because the market came very close to the stop loss, but see how many times it has done so. First, second, third, and it's rejecting the stop loss, right? So this shows you that our trading safety is always secure and confidence is always high. Okay, see how the market comes very close to the stop loss but rejects the stop loss. That's why the market in black, so that you can see. Okay, we do not make this up. This is scientific trading. These levels are based on price sequence and they are mathematical price sequence. Okay, trading with the scientific trading method. So the method requires us to observe first, following scientific method of analysis, observation, okay, interpretation and entry projection. This is used in the cooperative scientific trading school. So this is not a proof video, this is rather a demonstration of our setup for the new week. Okay, so if you are part of us trading in our community, then this is what you will be benefiting. It is confident trading, no doubt good trading. Okay, so you can see how good our setup is. See, this stop loss was just here. Our first entry level is still there. Okay, the entry came very close to stop loss 3 full times, and because we are not adjusting the exit, we already have a plan. Okay, we maintain our setup and retain our entry. So you look at that, how it turns around, okay, from all the way reaching the stop loss and avoiding the stop loss, the price turned back up, and now you can see the move happening, looking like it wants to start going into the profit direction. So all the same, we are open for many persons to join and trade with us in the PSL luxury trading community. You are welcome. So if you want to start with us, you can call the number 0903-428-4705 or WhatsApp. We'll book you on getting started as a newly onboarded stakeholder doing DIY or DFY in our cash swap A1 community. Thank you for choosing PSL Luxury Lifestyle Branch. Okay, welcome now to another segment where I'm going to show you our most productive rule for trading. Yes, so this one we reserve it for those who have made the highest funding. Yes, so those who have funded the highest amount of stakes in the DFY community. So why for the DIY community we use the regular entry levels for entries? Okay, that is the entry level 1, entry level 2, entry level 3. Okay, and for those who funded just one stake, we also use the same regular entry levels. Okay, entry level 1, entry level 2, and entry level 3. Entry level 2, entry level 3, right? So, but for those who have funded the maximum stake of 36 to 144 stakes, we don't use these levels for entries. Okay, we don't use entry level 1, entry level 2, and entry level 3 for entries. Instead, we crop up the risk so that since we are managing larger funds, okay, for those who are funding the largest amount of stakes in our DFY stakeholders option, okay, we are now coming very close to the stop loss to take our 3 account entries. Okay, so for account 1, we are taking our entry from 30 pips above the stop loss in a buy projection, or 30 pips below the stop loss in a sell entry projection. That is how account 1 entry is taken. That brings the risk to only what? 30 pips. That's to say, the risk per trade becomes $3 per minimum lot size. Okay, now since we have a $20 risk per account, we are able to trade that level multiple times from account 1 only. So account 1 has up to 7 times, okay, up to 7 times to trade at its tightest level. Okay, so the level closest to the stop loss, 30 pips to the stop loss, that's account 1. Alright, then account 2 also is trading at 20 pips to the stop loss, 20 pips to the stop loss, and that also reduces the risk far. Okay, so with a double of the lot size and 20 pips, that's $4. So it has 5 times of re-entry before the maximum risk per account is tolerated. Okay, then account 3 has 10 pips to the stop loss for taking an entry, only 10 pips to the stop loss, and because it is using triple of the minimum lot size, that is 0.03, okay, for each entry, it also has about 5 times of re-entry. Okay, 5 times of re-entry. So that is because maximum risk for account 1 is $20, maximum risk for account 2 is $20, maximum risk for account 3 is $15, so total is $55 that is expected to be risked. But this is not risked the way all other traders trade at the entry levels. Okay, these are cropped risks so that the risks are taken in a fraction, okay, or a factor of their supposed risk amount per entry. Now another thing is it limits the entries to only when it is highest in probability, okay, for minimal risk and maximal reward. Okay, so minimal risk and maximal reward at the highest probability, which is when it is closest to the stop loss. Now the stop loss usually acts as support. Okay, if you look at the stop loss here, you notice that the market approached the stop loss, rejected 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay, before coming to break the stop loss. You see that, right? So over 9 attempts. So these are all opportunities for account 1, account 2, and account 3 to have taken their entries. But once again, remember that in other trading, that's to say for all other traders, account 1, 2, and 3 wait. Okay, but for those who have funded the maximum amount of stake, that is 36 to 144 stakes in the DFY option of our cash wrap A1 community, account 1, 2, and 3 take their entries at the same time because the risk has been cropped up. Okay, the risk has been reduced per entry. So instead of risking $15 at once, account 3 is risking only $3 at once. So that gives it 5 opportunities, which means it can enter the market at the same time as account 2 and as account 1. Alright, then delay one of the last entries. Okay, so delay the 5th entry just in case in a situation as this. Okay, after account 1's entry rule for level 1 has been confirmed, that is when all of these entries come in. So it's not the initial time. Look at here, this was the initial time the market came to the entry level. Okay, so it is not the initial time of confirmation. No, it is rather the second time of confirmation. Okay, so first confirmation was break of deviation limit, then retest of entry level 1, breaking of entry level 1, returning towards the deviation limit to break entry level 1. So this double break of entry level 1, then the buy limit is taken. Okay, so this is the first time of entry level activation. Okay, so entry level activation, and this is entry confirmation. So entry level activation, the market moves towards straight to the stop loss. You can see that, right? So if one had taken the first entry from here, it means that account 1 trader for all others would have stopped trading, then account 2 will be ready, right? So let's see, after account 1 was put out the first time, for those who are trading confirmation, this is when account 1 entry will start. Okay, for those who are trading first test and entry level activation, this is when they will take their entry. All right, so now after account 1 has been first of all activated, this is where account 2 is waiting. Once the stop loss is triggered, which happened here, so account 2 comes in at this point. Okay, this was the first break above, and now this is the buy limit entry place for account 2 initially, right? So account 2 will be trading at this point, and then let's look at when the stop loss again got triggered. Okay, so the stop loss again got triggered at this point for account 2. All right, so from this point account 3 will now wait to be activated, and this is when account 3 comes in. After the stop loss got triggered for account 2, account 3 comes in, waiting at this point for a buy limit. Okay, and buy limit is placed here. This is account 3, and now the market comes dangerously approaching the stop loss again. You see here, so account 1, 2 and 3 for all others would have got their highest test. Okay, which means that highest probability of losing for the week. But for those who are trading the multiple stake, okay, those who are trading multiple stake, this is the only time loss has happened. You can see that, right? So those who have multiple stakes are still in the market, which is why we are encouraging multiple stakes, because we use the minimum risk in our DFI community for those who hold up to 36 stakes in the PSL, okay, casual P1 community. So, and each time it gets compromised, only a fraction of the intended risk amount is actually lost. Then the entry opportunity is still taken, which since they are taken at the same time increases the profit potential. All right, so the stop loss is not extended, the lot size is not increased. The same lot size for account 1, 2 and 3 as used by others, but the entry level is not taken as entry levels. Okay, rather entry levels are now divided from the nearest pip to the stop loss. So 10 pips to the stop loss is for account 3 trading entry level 3, while 20 pips to the stop loss is for account 2 and 30 pips to the stop loss is for account 1. But these entries begin only after entry level confirmation for level 1 has been activated. So entry level confirmation for account 1 has been activated. So this is how we trade to keep our stakeholders profitable and accelerate the payout coming weekly. Okay, we don't necessarily wait for the end of the month before we pay out. So if we make the profit weekly, we pay out weekly, so that within a space of 3 months a stakeholder can renew their stake, because after 10 successive payout the stakeholder is expected to renew their stake so that they can continue receiving payout throughout the year. So you can join the PSL casual A1 community. Choose either DIY if you have the time and expertise to do it yourself, and then when you are doing it as a DIY stakeholder, it means you enroll for the Power Scientific Trading School, so you take the lessons. Okay, then you also pay the masterclass enrollment fee, so you participate in the masterclass too if you are doing it as a DIY, okay, stakeholder. Then if you are doing it as a DFI stakeholder, then you are only paying firstly for the masterclass enrollment for the professional that will be trained to do it for you, whereas for the stake you are not going to be taking the control yourself. You have the trade professionals who have been trained to do it for you. They get paid, you get paid, we get paid. So this is it from PSL, Luxury Lifestyle Brand. Okay, welcome back, and here is a continuation of our lesson. Like we showed earlier on the 28th years of May 2026 on Thursday, we saw how our projections gave us 1,000 pips profit, full profit move. Yes, and that was because we were consistent with our application of the Power 40 scientific trading method. So now on the 29th, we look at the market and began also with our first call. So this was the first call. We had the market get all the way up to 4540. Then we gave a sell call, okay, to sell with a sell limit at, okay, price 4539.33, and then these were the conditions that were to be followed. Next, we can see from the chart that the price followed our call and dipped. So dipping below, we can see that we had the opportunity to make the first profit on the first wave of the move downwards, right? So you can see how it continued. We did a call before the move, and the call proved itself true. Then, as soon as we saw the price get to a level we had already determined to be a turning point, we made another call. So now we also, for those who had not taken the entry, we also called for leaving the previous call for those who still had a limit order on a sell, and we went for a buy. So then we had the call from 4512, and then our take profit was 4539. However, the target was to get above 4539. So let's see how the price moved. The price got back to 4539 and exited it, get to 4548. So at 4548, we had another call, okay, and this call again is to sell at 4547. So these calls are coming before the move. So let's see what happened. We had the second call trade at 4547, okay, and what happened? That was it. Swift move. You can see that, right? So the market did swift move down, and then we had the day ready for the buy wave that came in later. All right, so let's look at the buy wave that came in later to understand how our projections work, and then how the day ended for Friday 29th of May, before the weekend. Yes, so this was the move from when we had the call to buy, and this was the wave of the last buy after the sell. So this was the sell level from 40. We had the entry at 49. At 47, we had the entry at 47, and it dipped low to 25. That was over 200 pips, and then we came in for the buy, and right now the buy moved all the way up to 4593. What was this buy all about? Yes, like we said, we in the Power 40 Scientific Trading School, we have our rule-based trading that allow us to anticipate market projections. Okay, we anticipate the direction of gaining momentum, and we trade before anyone else spots it, using what is called the fib sequence, yes, which is mathematical price sequence. So here was the beginning of the day when we spotted our fib sequence, and that was at 4497. This meant that if the price goes above 4507 and stays above it, okay, rejecting it, we are going to start buying based on mathematical price sequence. And what did the price do? This was 4507. Okay, so let's look at that. 4497. So this is 4507. You can see that, right? So the price went above it, came back down, and right now price stays below it. Okay, so the moment price goes above it, that is when we begin to expect that the market is going to give us a full 1000 pips projection to 4597. So let's add that to the chart so that you can see how our projection based on mathematical price sequence work exactly. All right, so we are going to start from where we observe the fib sequence for the buy, and then we're going to extend it so that you can see the full length of that move. Okay, so you can see the full length of that move, and then we'll calculate and see if that was exactly what we had projected. All right, so 4597, that's the full projection. 0.2200, 97.2200, and then we extend this to the end of the day, that was 23. All right, so this is our buy fib 0 to arrow times 10. So that is the projection, full projection for the day. So this was all that happened yesterday. Let's look at how the price went straight up to 459. Okay, so 4594. All right, so shy from 4597 by 30 pips. So which means that because the price has gone this high, okay, and the market went into a retracement mode, what is expected next is to enter again at the average price, which is what we call the fib 10 times 10 times 5 arrow. So buy fib 10 times 10 times 5 arrow. And where will that be? So let's look at where our fib 0 is. So that will be at 4547. So let's mark 4547 and see. We had already marked it anyway. So 4547, that is where we'll be taking our buy from. This is it, 4547. So let's go back to the most recent chart before the market closed. So the market currently is at 4539 at closing, right? So below our entry. So what will be our next entry? Our next entry will be when price returns above 4547, okay, and closes above it. We're going to place a buy limit at the opening of the market, and this projection will be for the price to get all the way up to 4647 on Monday. Okay, so this is how we trade with accuracy and then without any emotional baggage, because we are trading with the proven Power 40 scientific trading method from the Power 40 Scientific Trading School. I remain Francis Bestman Isugu, the founder of the Power 40 Scientific Trading School. And this lesson is for all those who are joining us in our $100 seed funding program. So if you are not yet participating in our weekly $100 seed funding program, I have just shown you a demonstration of how consistently we achieve the returns on our seed fund. Yes, so what is our seed fund? $100. Everyone comes with $100 on Friday. Those who are starting with us for the first time, you come with $100 on Friday. And then having come, we set you up for the account that will be used to firstly want to give you $5,000 equity. $5,000 equity, yeah. So after the $5,000 equity has been gained, we are going to now use our Power 40 scientific trading method to generate your first $200 profit within the first 7 days. However, the program is for 90 days, which means if within 90 days while you are controlling our $5,000 equity haven't come to join us with your $100 seed, so this is your seed, like what you sow and expect what? That it will first of all germinate, and then when it germinates, it will mature to bear fruit, right? So the maturation of your seed is when it generates profit from your $5,000 equity. So the first purpose of your $100 seed is to get your $5,000 equity, and that is what we do and mentor you on achieving the ultimate funding goal of $250,000 This goal is a 90 days goal. So if you cooperate with us in the $100 seed funding program, you can achieve the $250,000 funding goal within 90 days. How to cooperate with us is to come on one of our Fridays events, yes, which is a live event with your $100 seed, yes, and then we are going to set you up ready to get your equity. So you get your $5,000 equity on the same day of attending our $100 seed funding program. So that is what your $100 seed gets you. That is a planting stage, okay? You plant it and it germinates into equity. Then the fruit will be the profit that will come from the $5,000 equity. So if this interests you, because you need this funding, you need this equity to have a stronger base in the market, right? Because we do not want you to operate with us with fear because you have $100. $100 will be too small for you to worry about, okay, what if the market is volatile? No, now $100 is just a seed, while the equity that will be exposed to the market is not the $100. $100 fetches you the $5,000 equity that we provide with our finance partner, Atmos. Yes, our finance partner. So our finance partner funds everyone who attends our Friday events, live $100 seed funding program. So if you are one of them, only 40 seats are reserved every Friday. So if you have missed the previous weeks, do not miss the next week. Yeah, so start now to plan your $100 seed. When you have it, then come along with your identity card for verification. Yes, come along with your $100 seed. Okay, that is in Naira. If you are paying in Naira, that is 150,000 Naira. If you are paying in Naira, if you have it in dollars, then it's $100 only. So you pay the $100 in the event when you are present. You don't pay it online. Okay, then haven't paid it, we are going to guide you to set up your account, verify it, and then our finance partner will fund you with the equity, which is $5,000. With the $5,000, you are now qualified to work with us using the Power 40 scientific trading method to achieve your first $200. Yes, first $200 within the first 2 weeks. So however, this can be achieved within the first week. So if we show you how our operation have been, you see that weekly we are achieving that result weekly. However, we extend the timeline to about 2 weeks so that you work with us consistently and achieve it within 2 weeks, right? So $200. So now the goal is $100 per week. So when we combine it, if you work with us for a month, then you see that you are achieving over $400 per month. Now convert that to Naira, that is above 500,000 Naira per month. So this is better, okay, than any real estate investment you will consider. So let's look at the maths and the comparison. In real estate investment, you will be needing approximately 28 million Naira to build 4 units of 1-bedroom flats. 4 units of 1-bedroom flat in a developed area. Okay, let's use a city like Port Harcourt where we are hosting this event. Okay, in a developed area in a greater Port Harcourt, a flat costs 1 million Naira. Okay, 1 million Naira for 1-bedroom flat. So if you were to build four flats, okay, 4 units of 1-bedroom flats, that will generate 4 million Naira per annum, right? So 4 million Naira per annum, haven't spent 28 million Naira to build. Acquiring land in a good location in a greater where you can charge a rent of 1 million Naira is about 15 million Naira. That's acquiring land alone. Okay, if you acquire the land in a very good area, it's about 23 million Naira. So where we are currently, the land is selling for about 21 million Naira. Okay, so we are assuming that you could purchase the land between 15 million to 21 million Naira. Okay, and begin construction with about 7 million and above. So approximately 28 million Naira will go into constructing your 4 units of 1-bedroom flats. Okay, now with this 4-bedroom flat, 1 unit, or rather 1-bedroom flat, 4 units, you are generating 1 million Naira per unit. 4 units will generate 4 million Naira per annum. If you sustain your rent for a period of time, okay, it means you are generating 4 million Naira divided by 12. That will be your monthly income, about 380,000 Naira. So approximately 400,000 Naira per month. So imagine someone in real estate is already spending 28 million Naira to generate only 400,000 Naira. Okay, 400,000 Naira per month. But someone who attends the $100 seed funding program is only spending $100 or 150,000 naira to generate same 400,000 naira and an extra per month. Who is wiser? Who is smarter? That is the one who attends our Friday event. It is a live event where we fund your dreams. So you are equal to someone who has 4 units of 1-bedroom flats in a developed area in Port Harcourt, because not most areas in Port Harcourt will cost 1 million naira. Some cost less than 1 million naira, but I mean, that is the rent, right? Coming back to the investment in the real estate asset, right? But you building is going to spend about 28 million naira to build. So what is the percentage of returns per month for 28 million naira already put down? And then what is the timeline for beginning to receive, your return on capital? If you are investing in real estate, it's going to cost you about 6 to 9 months to start generating your first returns, from building completion to putting the property in the market and then getting your first rent coming in. Then there are lots of maintenance costs, and there are also rent skipping of rent by your tenants. So you have a lot of issues to battle in real estate. We are not saying that you cannot invest in real estate. We are saying that before you go that path, or if you're already that path, complement your income sustainably with the $100 seed funding program. That is why this program is available. Every Friday, 40 persons join, and with the agreement we have with our finance partners, our partners are willing to fund 40 persons, who attend our program, with their first $5,000 equity. So this is like borrowed money that you do not pay back. So the investor is funding because they trust our program. They trust our Power 40 scientific trading method. They have seen the results from the Power 40 scientific trading school, and they believe that we have been more than proven 100% accurate. Yes, more than proven 100% accurate in our entry projections and the outcome, which I have been consistent in showing all the way from 2023, all this way up to 2026. Consistent, I have been showing back-to-back results of the outcome of trading with the Power 40 scientific trading method. So it has not failed. This is pure mathematics that most trading schools do not have. So anyone who is not in our Power 40 scientific trading method cannot have this accurate projection for 1,000 pips per day. Though we extend our projection to an intraday projection. In the forex market, we have types of trading strategies. So we are trading intraday to swings. So that is why our projection is for $100 per week from our setups. So we provide the setups. You come with your $100 seed, we set you up, and then we provide the weekly setup that allow you to generate this income, $100 per week, which sums up to 400,000 naira minimum per month. 400,000 naira minimum per month, all for $100 seed. So within this period of 90 days, when we will be mentoring you with the Power 40 scientific trading method, we are not charging you any fees, no fees. Once you have your $100 seed, your job is to comply, and conform. To utilize the $5,000 equity, which is about 7.5 million naira that our partner will be providing you, live funded in your own account. So if you have never had this kind of generous offer before, then attend the $100 seed funding program. Yes, and this will be the transforming experience in the financial market that most persons crave for. You can use the result, the outcome of this participation in the $100 seed funding program to finance your dream projects. Yes, your business, your travel plans, whatever thing you want to finance. Even your home building can start with this program. If you are able to generate $100 seed, you are able to generate $100 income from a $100 seed, and this is happening weekly, then you can effectively achieve your goal. So to make sure that this goal is achieved, we did not expose $100 seed to the market volatility. No. Instead, we bargain with our finance partner to provide equity for serious participants who have come with their $100 seed. So how do we know you are serious? You attend our program, you have your identity card with you, we verify your account, then you pay us the $100 seed, and then we show the proof of payment to our finance partner that we have done KYC for and on behalf of our finance partner for all those who attend our $100 seed funding program. And then we initiate the funding request. On the same day, you receive your account funded with $5,000. Yes. And this is borrowed money, but you don't pay it back. That is why it is interesting. So it comes with some rules, terms, and conditions, which we help you meet by mentoring you so that you do not violate the terms of managing the equity, because it is an investment fund from our finance partner, Atmos. So if you comply with us, then we are going to see your $5,000 equity start generating what? $200. Yes, $200 every 2 weeks. That is still summing up to about $400 every month. So if you are doing this with us, then you see yourself already growing. Okay, and then if you stay consistent with us for 90 days, you are going to get qualified for the $250,000 equity funding from our same finance partner. Yes, $250,000 equity funding from our same finance partner. What it takes to achieve that is to consistently generate $400 monthly. $400 monthly. So if you consistently generate $400 monthly by working with us, cooperating with the Power 40 Scientific Trading School through the PSL Luxury Lifestyle brand, building the PSL Co-work network, hosting the $100 seed funding program, then by the end of the 90 days, our finance partner is going to be funding you with $250,000 equity. Yes, that you can now use to begin your lifestyle funding. Yes, fund your business trips, fund whatever project you have. And the most interesting part of it is that you are not paying back. It's not a loan. No bank, yes, no commercial bank, no microfinance bank, no hedge fund can provide you all of this. So what do we get in return for providing you this $100 seed funding opportunity? What do we get in return? Yes, in our program, we have a simple return management plan where when you are processing your withdrawal, we ask for only 20% of the profit that you make. So we help you make the profit and withdraw the profit. But when you have processed your withdrawal, you pay us 20% of the profit. Apart from the 20% of the profit you pay us, there is no other request. So we do not collect your money. Your money is all yours. But during withdrawal, you are working with us, we collect 20%. Okay, you withdraw to your own account and you pay us. So you owe us the 20% part of your profit after withdrawal. So no payment before withdrawal. Only your seed comes in to get you your $5,000 equity. So this is one of the best opportunities you can grab from any trading institution, and PSL Luxury Lifestyle brand stands out with this offer. Okay, so if you are interested, then we're expecting that you are going to send us your name, your email, and your location and occupation on WhatsApp. Yes, send it to 0903-428-4705. Or if you are not well, this is for people coming from different parts of Nigeria to Port Harcourt, so not people outside Nigeria. So you can send your details on WhatsApp, okay? Your name, your email, your location, and your occupation to our WhatsApp 0903-428-4705. So we are waiting for you to book your spot for our next Friday $100 seed funding program. I remain Francis Bestman Isugo, the founder, Power 40 Scientific Trading School, and also PSL Luxury Lifestyle brand, the builder of PSL Co-work network and organizer of the $100 seed funding program. So see you inside.